John Lennon was never afraid to speak his mind or cause controversy. He famously declared that the Beatles were more popular than Jesus in a 1966 interview, leading to plenty of backlash from Christians in America. The controversial comments kept coming after John left the band, as he spoke frankly about aspects of being in the Beatles he didn't enjoy, as well as taking aim at some of the music they worked on. As the driving creative force behind the Beatles, Sir Paul and John's songwriting was jointly credited as Lennon McCartney. Some songs were very much joint efforts, whereas others were more individual work, but they all had the joint credit. One of those songs was Let It Be, which was written by Sir Paul in 1968. About the song's origin, Sir Paul said the idea came to him in a dream during a particularly stressful period for the Beatles, as the sessions for the White Album caused tensions within the band. Sir Paul's mum Mary died from cancer in 1956 when he was just 14. She featured in the dream, telling her son that everything would be all right. The song's opening lyrics are, "When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be." The song, which is about hope, faith, and resilience, means so much to so many, but it seems John was never fond of it. According to Chris Ingham's The Rough Guide to the Beatles, John mistakenly assumed Sir Paul had just emulated the Simon and Garfunkel track Bridge Over Troubled Water, but Let It Be was actually written a year before. During recording, John took aim at the song's message, asking, "Are we supposed to giggle in the solo?" He continued to pour cold water on it after he left the band. Asked about Let It Be in a 1980 interview, he said, "That's Paul. What can you say? Nothing to do with the Beatles. It could have been Wings. I don't know what he's thinking when he writes, Let It Be." The song lent its name to the Beatles' final studio album, which was released in May 1970, a month after the band split up. The Let It Be single topped charts around the world but peaked at 2 in the UK. In his review of Let It Be, NME's Derek Johnson said, "As ever with the Beatles, this is a record to stop you dead in your tracks and compel you to listen attentively." Meanwhile, it was described as the best thing musically that McCartney has done by High Fidelity magazine's John Gabri.